Good morning, welcome to the channel. It's another cold, dark, rainy day, so the inside footage probably won't be the best again. But the original game plan for today was to focus on the utility room, get it sanded and primed at least, in preparation for tomorrow. However, the mud isn't dry yet, which isn't a huge surprise because it's been so humid. Even though it is such a thin layer that I've put on, I still think it might dry by the end of the day, so we'll see what happens there. But in the meantime, I'm going to jump and continue on the cathedral ceiling, drywalling that. We should be able to finish it. We did this side yesterday. I'll jump ahead and continue on this. Hopefully by the time that's done, the utility room will be done drying and I can focus the afternoon in there. We do have this one wall that will interrupt our continuous ceiling board. So what I'm going to do is figure out where my seams line up so I know which direction to start my drywall. I'll just take a couple measurements. There wouldn't be bad. So yeah, I'll do it the same as this opposite wall. I'll start my drywall on this side of the building and run it this way. There is a light box over there that will be pretty close to a seam, but I think that will be best. So one full sheet to start. Easy. And that's the first piece up. So I'll cut the next one down to size and continue on. Not sure how this piece is gonna go. I'm trying to avoid moving that big stack of 12-foot sheets. So I've put the lift on top of it and it looks stable, but it's not quite centered. So it's off kiltered a little bit with the sheet, as you can see. I have to move the lift like 6 inches. I'm sure it's fine. Oh dear. Ah, shucks. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. It almost worked, but I got a little too greedy. Crazy thing is I'm gonna try that again. Good thing I'm a young buck. Ugh. Okay. Everything is going according to plan. So what happened just a moment ago was the sheet just wasn't balanced and I started cranking it up. Say you have a 2x4 that's plumb and it goes out 1/3 of its thickness or its dimension. That creates a hinge point at the base of it as soon as it goes out more than 1/3. So that's what happened here. Is my sheet of drywall wasn't centered. It was overhanging more than 1/3 apparently, and I cranked it up and it just buckled and fell, but it missed me. still in a precarious situation until I get this fully fastened, which is fine. All you have to do is make your exit strategy and know what it is. You know? In this situation, I just bail onto the concrete and hope I land on my feet. Alright, we did it. That was epic. Still raining. I'm gonna check to see if the mud is dry and see if I can jump in there for a few hours. The mud isn't dry in there yet. I am going to prepare the plywood in the utility room though. It's just 1/2 inch spruce. I could just prime it as normal, but there's so many knots in it, and knots tend to bleed through your paint almost no matter what you do. There's this product that I'm gonna use over the knots. It's a shellac based primer, and if you have any chance of eliminating knot bleed through, it's through this as far as my knowledge goes, or what's available here anyways. So I'm gonna put this over all the knots and then go over it with a regular primer. The spot priming is done in the utility room, so we're gonna jump in there and roll out that plywood, prime it. The reason for the plywood is just for fastening sake. It's a lot easier for the gas guy, solar guy, water guy, all those utilities to have something secure to fasten onto rather than trying to hit studs in the wall or anchor their stuff or have to shift different things over in order to fasten it properly. So this way they can put their stuff where it should be and not have to worry about it falling off the wall. Got primed what I wanted to. I wasn't able to do the last 4 feet with the shellac based primer. I just ran out, so we'll use another type of primer for that. But I got where I wanted to get done, and we'll let that dry up, and I'll jump back out here, carry on with the ceiling. I think I'll be able to finish it today. We'll see what we look like for time. I still wouldn't mind sanding and priming these walls if the mud dries in time. So for now, we'll stick to here. Okay, the inside corners were still wet, but I was able to sand a majority of it. I'm still going to go ahead and prime it. I'll just roll it, and then tomorrow I'll go on the inside corners, give it a quick little sand, and just use a brush. So not as efficient as I would normally like, but it's more important, I think, to get as much done as I can in there, even if it means not being fully efficient in it. So I'm going to do that real quick. I just finished priming the utility room except for the corners where the mud is still a little wet, so I'll do that tomorrow. It's okay. I got the majority of it done because the weld guy still plans on coming tomorrow, so that's good. We got at least 1 coat on. Yeah, it's pretty good. Big difference. Okay, that's going to do it for today's video. I was able to jump into the utility room and do that priming 1 coat except for in the corners where the mud is still a little wet, but I can come back tomorrow and finish that as long as I'm not in the well or the solar guy's way. I'll maybe even do a coat of paint in there, we'll see. If not, I'll stick out to this main area and continue on drywalling. There's lots to do still, so no shortage of work, which is good. That's going to do it for today's video, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.